I'm not a strong, independent woman, okay? I need a man. I can't open the can.
This is our soft life era. We don't want to do it all. She don't want to be a strong black woman. No. I don't want to be supermodel. No. We need help.
They lied to us.
Help.
Miss Independent. Well, who that?
You?
Who? Where they do that at? Not help.
I told you it wouldn't be long before we started to see women making videos like this, saying that they're tired of being strong and independent. But those videos are popping up sooner than I thought they would. This young lady right here that this guy is interviewing is Lulu, who is a comedian and she has a lot of followers on social media. She's made a lot of money, and even though she's a six-figure earner, she herself is tired of being strong and independent.
About the pushback though from the women that are saying, well, I tried that, and there's no quality men that's stepping up to the plate. What about those women who have gone through that experience and say, you know what, man, I'm just going to try to do it myself just because I haven't been successful?
I say treat it like you do a job. When you have a job that don't work out, you don't be like, well, I'm done. I ain't gonna never work again. You're gonna keep pushing. You're gonna keep trying. You're gonna keep making it work.
A job is a livelihood, though. A man may not be a livelihood for a lot of women.
Look, I was one of those women like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna just do my own thing and, do it by myself. But deep down, I was like, I don't want to do this. Independent women, stop it. Y'all making it hard for me. I don't want to be independent.
What does independent woman mean to you?
I got it. I can do it by myself. I don't need nobody. I got my own money, my own car, my own house, my own. Shut up. You ain't supposed to do it by yourself. You're supposed to have a partner. You ain't supposed to be in this world alone. You know how hard it is carrying all the groceries in by yourself? That is stressful. You need a man for that.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get this epistle started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to our beloved Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, our beloved Lord and Savior, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak. Double honors as always to the apostles, the elders, and the sincere occupant of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who we learn the truth from daily, whether you hear, forbear, and the sincere salutations as always to the hopeful elected of the nation of Israel, as well as the speckled bird among that number, which are the Hebrew Israelite foreigners scattered among the heathen that look like the heathen. And as you can see, as always, Eve thinks that she can just get right when the hell she wants to get right. As if it's a fad or some shit. Like the girl said at the beginning of the video, what the hell did she say? This is this soft girl era or something like that. I don't know, man. It's always some stupid shit. And Jake, 2/3 of Jake as a whole just really pisses me the fuck off because everything is always a fad or a phase to Jake. They don't take anything seriously. And I'm seeing now through the spirit that that's part of the reason why Jake, they bullshit when it comes to turning back to Yahweh Shai Shai and repenting. That's why they walk down the street and just think throwing up the peace sign and hey, much respect to the Hebrew Israelites, that means something. It doesn't mean shit. All right, like, yeah, okay, you being amicable, okay, that's cool. But bro, this is ultimately the words from the Holy Scriptures came from Yahweh Shai himself to give you an understanding on what to do in life. All right, you complain about oppression. The scriptures tell you how not to be oppressed by listening to Yahweh Shai so that he can set you on high so that you can be the head and not the tail. Okay? If you don't want the struggles that come with being a quote unquote independent black woman, quote unquote, so to speak, all that bullshit, the scriptures already told you the order for a man and a woman. All right? Told you basically the man is the head of the household, and I'll correct the thing that second woman said. She seemed like she is seeing the error of her ways, but to a limited degree because it's not like she's in the truth or anything. But basically, it's not about you having a partner. Okay, your man is your head. All right, and despite the fact that in this captivity, Jake don't really get as far as compared to the other heathen. Well, so like compared to the heathen, Jake doesn't have that many opportunities presented their way, and even if they do, it's a lot more snares that come with it. That man is still your head, okay? Because Jake Jake Eve got it messed up where it's like they got so haughty and high-minded being here in Babylon that they feel like because they make more, like they earn like, I don't know, I'm just throwing a number out there. Let's say like a Jake Eve earns like 90,000 to like 100,000 a year, and her dude is like a blue collar type of guy and he makes like 75 to 80,000 a year. Jake Eve has a habit of shitting on brothers. All right. Like the beloved Elder Zion Allah, okay, he had posted he posts these clips every now and then from this guy's channel. I forgot the guy's channel, but basically it's Jake dude. He pulls up in like, these little Ferraris and Lamborghinis and stuff like that. But he'll let, fine women walk past or whatever. He'll wear like like the little reflective work vest or whatever that brothers wear at the construction site or whatever. And he'll be doing like some blue collar type of work. And then the female, they basically trash him or whatever. But then when they realize that the car, then when you walk up to the car or whatever, then they like, oh, wait. And then he's like, nah, why weren't you talking to me a minute ago? So that's, it's, those channels like that can kind of be parody. It's kind of hit or miss whether or not it's actually real or scripted. But, the point is, the sentiment is that Jake Eve really does, it's a parody of how Jake Eve really does move. It may not be as exaggerated as that in every real life instance, but that's just how they move. So without any further ado, let me go ahead and get the precepts. All right, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 3. And I'm going to start off at verse 13, and it reads, verse 16. And you can see that the subheading says, Judah's women denounced. And we know that Judah, okay, the tribe of Judah is the so-called Negroes today, all right? And that would mean that this is talking about the so-called black woman who's not actually black. She's of the tribe of Judah. But, most of these women out here moving that black spirit, listening to the, biscuit head ass niggas like Umar Johnson. So, simping and telling them what they want to hear. So here you go. But anyway, verse 16. Moreover, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. Basically walking around like they shit don't stink. Like I'm gonna post the elders video, okay, in the description box on the channel GMS dedication. So, brothers can watch the full video. But I just, the clip that I basically saw that it would have been edifying for this video, that's the one that I basically did. I'm doing this video based off of. I'm doing it off a portion of his video. But I'll post his entire video. Anyway, one of them basically was like, oh yeah, we need you, black man. We this and that, whoopty-wompty. So let me just go back to it. I got to rewind it a little bit, so bear with me. It's roundabout here. Yeah, this one.
Pre-wall.
And just to let you niggas know, we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't need y'all.
And post-wall.
Our black men, we want all y'all back. Because we love you, we see you, kings. And most importantly, we need you. And most importantly, we need you.
And most importantly, we need you. It's undefeated.
Yeah, so point is, getting back to what I said originally at the beginning of the epistle, Jake Eve got this weird, stupid ass fad spirit going on where it's like, okay, you think you just gonna get ready when you feel like getting ready. It don't fucking work that way. A lot of the things Jake Eve complains about is the so-called black man, the Judite man, okay, getting with the women of the other nations. All right. And even if it's not women of the other nations, whether, Jake Eve realizes it or not, Jake Eve also gets salty when Judite men, Benjamite men, or Levite men get with the Northern Kingdom women. The Ephraimite women, the Gadite women, the Reubenite women, the Asherite women. Yeah, the Asherite women to give them a run for their money, but you see all that, like the elder apostle Tahar called it, when the black woman speak, she does that little hand shit where she reaches her hand out and snatches it back and forth like she's picking grapes every 2 seconds. So yeah, that whole, acting like they shit don't stink, between the mannerisms, the stupid crap they say, like, oh yeah, we need you, like, motherfucker, how many decades pass before a so-called black woman realizes she needs a black man, a so-called black man, Salakia? Nobody. You think by that time that man just sitting right there? Hell no, man. He already done moved on to something, you know, like the elder Murph call it, the sweet white woman. You know what I'm saying? They already gonna get what they gonna get, man. And brothers that know the law, they not under bondage to all this stupid ass pro-blackity black bullshit, man. The brothers already know that Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah deals with the seed of the Father. We don't. That's why the beloved High Priest King Mashah many years ago, all right, on the highways and byways, I believe he was saying that, you know, we don't need the so-called black woman to bring back the nation. We don't need any of the Jake women to bring back the nation. All right. But part of our culture is when our women were in order, yeah, we marry our women. Now it's like, okay, even when brothers want to do, you know, keep the law of Moses and marry these women, they don't want that. They want to be independent. But reading on, Isaiah chapter 3, verse 17. Therefore, the Lord will smite with the scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. And this does get into how the Judite woman has issues growing her hair out as opposed to, you know, other women of the tribes, and let alone, you know, the heathen women. All right. Now, and right here where it says, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts, we already know that, it's like we already know that precepts that talk about discovering the secret parts gets into, what do you call that? It basically gets into exposing you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it basically gets into Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah pulling your card in a various number of ways, okay? From, what's the word I'm looking for? From basically building you up just to bring you down, you know, with all the arrogancy, like these women out here talking, oh, I'm independent, I don't need this, I don't need that, whoopty-wompty. You know, from that to fast forward, oh, I need a man, it's hard out here, to that you know, a chick not being able to change a tire and all these other things. It sound, and then like in their head, they so bugged out by listening to Esau's doctrine, you know, being stupid, okay? They think that we just say these things just to try to get in their pants, or try to what they call that, lower the bar or whatever. Like, no one's trying to lower the damn bar. We telling you about practical things, because Esau done sold Eve a dream so many times over. Esau done got Eve thinking that oh yeah, to follow out the, what the hell was that, the perk head drug dealer with money or something like that, or, you know, just all these dudes that just ain't on nothing. And then the Lord shows you, if you don't believe his scriptures, the Lord shows you by putting the spirit on, by revealing who these dudes really are. And next thing you know, you dealing with a whole flaming Mo. You know, the Mo thug has been a real thing for quite some time, man. And Eve don't give a damn. Eve will act like her dude is the most, that hood nigga she dealing with is the most masculine dude, or that street nigga she dealing with is the most masculine dude, but she's not happy. She's trying to live out a fantasy that don't make sense. That's not practical. She's unfulfilled. And then when she tries to do the whole independent thing, you know, she either gonna get like one of those, you know, just degenerate type of wicked ass niggas that's on that street bullshit, or she's gonna get a degenerate wicked ass nigga that's not manly. He's not working. He don't want to do anything, and she paying for everything, or whatever the case may be. And I don't mean like in the sense of like, oh yeah, Jake, he's catching hell on the job, or catching hell with this and that. No, I mean like the type of dudes that Eve know don't want nothing for themselves, like, at all. But then they, you know, they shit on the brothers that's doing their thing. But, you know, that all is part of this prophecy. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 18. And in that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their cauls, and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers and the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. All of these little things, you know, Jake Eve walk around with the, you know, everything the Lord just named through the prophet Isaiah right here. You know, the nose jewels, you know, the rings, the tablets, earrings, headbands, you know, the bonnets, ornaments for the legs, you know, like, you know, Jake Eve like to wear the little, the ankle bracelets, you know, me personally, I like, you know, I like when women wear the ankle bracelets, but the point is, all these things, Eve acts like a child at times, man. Like Eve acts like she's the shit with all that. I'm independent, this and that. But when you a spiritual man, when your high boss on shots dealing with you, that shit doesn't move you. When you can really slow down and just observe and listen to what's going on, and in your spirit, you be like, she's really a big ass child, man. Eve acts like a child. Like, our parents used to say, if you act a certain way, like, man, calm down. You act like you ain't never been nowhere. That's how Eve acts. Eve literally gets one little job, and I don't give a damn if you making $50,000 a year or $100,000 a year or $150,000 a year. Eve don't understand that she's not doing nothing that Jake ain't been already doing. But now that she's catching a little bit of the hell that Jake was catching, now all of a sudden I can't do it, and you still not really catching no hell compared to Jake. If Eve is having a bad go at a job or whatever, depending on what type of job she in, okay, all she got to do is throw her a box at a supervisor or something. She'll find herself having less problems. She may got to keep throwing the box at him or however the situation work out, but, Jake don't got that type of opportunity. And I'm talking about real Jake, man. I ain't talking about the broke wrist niggas. They'll do anything, I'm talking about, like, actual men. We don't got the same shake of it, okay? And Esau, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, he already understand the game, man. He don't need to treat Eve as harshly as he treated Jake. That being the case, he understands that, by putting all these snares in front of Jake, making it harder for him to get money and this and that, while also pushing this dumbass independent woman doctrine on Eve, you destroy the family structure in the Israelite community. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you destroy their family structure. Okay? So it's simple. It's just like, all right, just like he did in the garden, he brought evil philosophy, okay? It's not her place to lead at all. Brought her the philosophy because Adam, he couldn't attack Adam. He had to go for the weaker vessel. The Lord was dealing with Adam directly, so he went for the woman, and Adam was weak for the woman, and here we are. But the Lord's basically saying he's going to snatch away all this stuff that Eve gets all, puffed up about. Verse 24, Isaiah chapter 3, verse 24, and it reads, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. And this gets into these Pookies and Ray Rays and Foe and them and all these other type of weirdo niggas that Eve always puffs up like they're actual real mighty men. These niggas ain't nobody, man. These niggas will act tough against another Jake, but if Esau pops up, these niggas is, they puppy dogs. I've seen it. I seen the wolf ticket. I seen Jake do that whole wolf ticket thing, man. Like, Jake will literally sit right here and try to buck bad with they own and talk about all the hood shit they been on, all the street shit, all the drugs they done sold, how many packs they flipped, how many dudes they done punched in the face, how many niggas they done robbed and whoopty-wompty, But then when a damn Edomite walks up, Jake knows how to be, Jake knows how to go from being, who can I reference? Yeah, Jake knows how to be, one minute he's, trying to get like a supervillain reference. Give me a second. Yeah, 1 minute Jake. When it comes to another Jake, these 2/3 niggas, Pookie is like the Green Goblin, But when it comes to when Esau walked past the niggas, Norman Osborn, all of a sudden he puts on a suit. He's all organized. He want to talk smart and shit, even though he don't really know how to pronounce the word. Just corny shit. But these niggas is gonna be through in Jacob's trouble, man. That's what this is getting into. Verse 26, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Okay. So yeah, the all the shit that Jake, Eve, these 2/3 ass wicked women, they value, it's gonna be messed up. The Lord's gonna take all that away in a very humbling, gruesome fashion. And here we go right here, the famous Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And it reads, and in that day, 7 women, 7 just being a complete number, could be more, could be less, shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So this right here, the famous Isaiah 4:1, which when we bring out, you always got a head wrap harlot or a babbling barracuda that claims to be in the truth coming out of nowhere with some stupid ass twist on it because these women are insecure and they didn't follow Esau's bullshit doctrine. Oh no, the 7 women taking hold of one man to take away their reproach. That means more like your relative. Like, nigga, I can't take away. That's fucking disgusting, first off. And second, no man is taking away his sister or his mother's reproach, or his grandmother's reproach, or his aunt's reproach. The reproach that has always been known amongst Israel. You can get the book of 1 Samuel, the first chapter to the second chapter. You can get the book of Genesis from what account was that? Yeah, the book of Genesis, I believe, round about chapter 14, chapter 15, chapter 16, and even up to chapter 17, getting into Abraham and Sarah. The book of Genesis, getting into chapter 28, chapter 29 with Jacob and his wives, Leah and Rachel. Okay, the reproach for women in our nation has always been not having a man. So it shows you just how bugged out people is when they want to twist the scriptures. We already know that it don't matter what Eve say anyway about the scriptures because it's not their place, it's the man's place. Now, if Eve is teaching other women, as far as like how to be a good housewife and stuff like that's one thing, but the scriptures and the deep breakdowns, that's for the men, that's for the prophets. But right here, the famous Isaiah 4:1, this is going to happen after Eve has gotten humbled. Okay, now we understand that there's always the hopeful elect lady, like the beloved brother from the beloved brother says on his page, GMS Saints of Jersey. Okay, but the point is, just like the nation of Israel had to go through all this wickedness and oppression to appreciate Yahweh Shemiel Shai's laws, likewise our women are going to have to go through some bullshit before they actually appreciate the righteous men. Because aforetime, even right now, you got a lot of Jake Eve talking shit, calling Jake men corny if they don't want to look like damn Lil Uzi Vert or Young Thug or one of these weird niggas, or pretend to be something they not. Like, nah, man. Don't even understand what corny means. I think one of the brothers broke down the word corny. It means that basically you copying somebody. You ain't got no originality. And that's basically what Jake Eve is with these pookies. There's no originality there. The originality is turning back to Yahweh Shemiel Shai, our true culture. But y'all niggas want to sit right here with the daggone, the dollar store Fruit Hoops version of our real culture, given to you by Esau Edom, your enemy, the so-called white man, who's actually the red Hebrew Edomite and the devil that the Bible speaks of. Because devil means deceiver, and he's definitely deceiving a lot of you stupid ass niggas, man. And this is why the beloved brother from the GMS KC camp, okay, on this channel, Loudly Stones of GMS, he basically made a video, I think it was like about a week ago, and basically saying, don't let these bitches spin the block on you, man. Because Jake got to understand, like, whether you're a new brother in the truth or whether you've been in for a while, and it's just certain things you don't tell brothers at times. Don't let these hoes spin the block. I don't give a damn how long you've been without a woman. All right, Isaiah 4:1 is going to happen, but keep in mind that these women had to go through some bullshit to really appreciate you. It wasn't like they just inherently had this or they inherently valued they men. They want to turn back to Jake and use you as a damn lifeboat after they done been ran through by Esau, then got pissed on by Elam over in Dubai or wherever the hell. I think Elam Ishmael is over there, whatever one of them heathens over there, sitting right here talking about how this heathen's better than you, that heathen's better than you, trying to have sex with the heathen to get back at Jake for, dealing with women of the other nations, all types of corny shit. That's what's really corny. But the point the brother was making was, don't let these hoes spin the block on you, man, because they done played a lot of games from what I just mentioned to ghosting certain brothers, and some of these women, I haven't gone through much of it myself, but some of these women, from what I hear from the reports, is like, all right, they deal with brothers, knowing the brothers in the truth, and they still be on some bullshit. They try to get into the truth and, fake the funk. All right, but then next thing you know, they try to bring that feminist bullshit into the truth when you can read simple scriptures telling you that the Lord's not with that. You're not going to read any predominant scriptures telling you that the Lord is dealing with a queen of this, a queen. Nah, man, that's mostly pertaining to the heathen. Now, when it comes to our women, they're princesses, But all that queen shit, it don't move the same in Israel as it would in a heathen culture. Okay? Because the men are gonna rule regardless. The women ain't in no legislation, making no royal decrees. Nah, man, that's bugged out. That happens under the heathen. That's not happening in Israel, and it don't need to happen. And the elect women, they understand that. The real Proverbs 31 woman that don't gotta say I'm a Proverbs 31 woman, they understand that. But yeah, the point right here is the reproach. You know, the mockery, it comes from, you know, not having a man. You got women that's, like they said, carrying groceries, trying to change a car tire, having to, you know, mow the lawn, do this, do that, take, you know what I'm saying? Now, back to what I said originally, they act like we're trying to move the goalposts or, you know, lower the standard. We're not lowering the standard. We're telling you it's practical stuff that your money can't do. You know, Jake Eve is like a child, man, that just got a new toy for the first time. Just because you got money, let's say you got some wealthy Jake Eve that have money. She can just basically throw money at everything. She can pay for have somebody to mow her lawn, pay to have somebody to take the trash out, pay for Instacart so she don't got to get the groceries, pay for this, pay for that, pay. Now, now this is even before Jacob's trouble. Eve complains, you know, and I'm speaking from personal experience, being around a woman. Eve will complain if an order comes not the way as she expected it. Like if she orders such and such, but they leave out the soy sauce, or they leave out the this, or they leave out the that, you know, or if they, you know, she asked for this amount of ice in her drink, but they only gave this much. That's stuff that your money cannot control, man. It's all up to Yahweh Bashmiel Shah first and foremost, and then from there he puts the spirit on the people that are doing your order or placing your order. He puts the spirit on them to, you know, do it the way that you want it. And if the Lord ain't pleased with you, he's gonna, you know what I'm saying, he can give you all types of affliction, from minor irritation to complete hell. You know, you can pay for a service and somebody completely gyps you by giving you not quality service. Your money can't save you from that. And then it's now getting on Jacob's trouble. That's not going to matter when Esau collapses this economy. It's going to be like the brother said in that video they saw. I think it was like a TV show or something, or a movie, or I forgot what it was. But basically, like, you know, it was a survival type situation, and the woman, you know, the system had collapsed. And, you know, a woman tried to get into a building, you know, for safety or whatever, and she ain't have nothing to offer but her box. And she basically told the dude that she'd basically, you know, she'll blow his rod to get some safety. And that's where the hell it's going to be. Yahweh Bashmiel Shah is letting it be known that if you don't get right now, you're going to get left. You want all the things that you're talking about, you don't do, you know, moving your neck back and forth, all that chicken head bullshit. Like Jake Eve do when she thinks that she proving a point and all that. Oh, yeah, we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't. All right. All the shit that you hear the prophets of the Lord saying first and foremost, because all these other niggas, they basically, you know, I'm not going to say plagiarizing, but these niggas is basically, you know, taking the words of the prophets and trying to spin it for, you know, clout and this and that. These niggas not sincere. They ain't going to get it. They going to be they're going to be in a pitiful case too. But the point is, all the shit Jake Eve saying she's not going to do, she going to be willing in the day of trouble. All right. Everything that Jake Eve says she wouldn't do, she's going to be, whether she do it regrettingly or not, she's going to be willing to do it. She'll be, it won't even be a second thought. So the prophets, once again, are Yahweh Bashmiel Shah is extending the olive branch by putting the spirit on the prophets to let Eve know, look, this feminist shit, it's fucking stupid. That's all I got. Shalom.